I don't know what that was even. I think it was Fleetwood Mac. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm going to make it a quick live stream tonight. A couple of announcements. Well, first of all, we are the oldest and largest and only true grassroots group fighting for student loan justice, fighting for only the students. We don't do sneaky, snaky deals with bad guys. We don't make money behind your back off of your ass like the other groups do. We're just a normal collection of normal people, guys, if you can't tell. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments and I can see them on Twitter and or Facebook, then throw them out by all means. Couple of quick announcements. Thanks to everybody out there who's getting letters to the editor of your local newspapers published. That's where this war is won. That's one of the main battlefronts for us. I'm thrilled to report that Jackie Abron has gotten like 15, 16, 17 of them published over the past 3 months. We just found a couple others hiding out this morning. If you could donate to Jackie, see the thing scrolling below me. Jackie is our Texas state chapter leader, and she's got a whole bunch of things going on, cooking up for us down there in Texas. Texas is a very important state for us. We're a fiercely nonpartisan group, guys, but we've got to push the Republicans really hard this congressional session. We just do. And so Jackie is doing heroic work. And I don't throw that word around very liberally, I should say. Towards that end, please donate if you would to Jackie. You know, we can do huge amounts of glorious world conquering work in this group. We can do it on very little money. It's not a money thing. But we can't do it on nothing. So that's true for all of our state chapter leaders, just generally. Certainly true for us. And by the way, if you can donate to us, just please do it, guys. We suck at fundraising, guys. We're no good at it. We hate to do it, but it's kind of got to happen, at least to a very nominal extent. So if you can shut us up with a donation, just please do it. It will help. So thank you for that. So tonight, I want to take you through 5 quick bullet points that by the end of these 5 bullet points, you should be convinced that yes, indeed, the federal student loan program is finished. And I probably could have thrown like 15 points out there, but I thought I'd keep it to 5 just in the interest of time. And I will take you through it now. And so, we're fighting for 2 things, guys. Number 1, the return of bankruptcy rights to student loans. Number 2, the cancellation of all federally owned student loans. Not $10,000, not $20,000, none of that bullshit. Total and complete erasure of all federally owned student loans. That is highly appropriate, and quite frankly, I think it's almost inevitable at this point. The only question is whether we can get it done sooner or later. The way to get it done sooner is to get the constitutionally enshrined leverage of bankruptcy rights returned to the loans. It's the most important thing that we're fighting for, guys. We're not going to see any kind of meaningful cancellation from Joe Biden or the next president unless and until we get the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy back. Nobody wants to file. Very few people, maybe even no one, will actually have to file when we get the right returned. But we've got to get that leverage back on our side, guys. It is the cornerstone of the entire student loan scam. So yeah, guys, here are the points in question that I hope you will have a look at. Number 1, and this is a really cheesy excuse for a slideshow. I'm doing this on like Word or whatever, Open Office. But these facts are all very true. Before the pandemic, 60% of all borrowers were not making payments. So it's actually like 58.9%, but I'm rounding up to 60%. So that's nearly 2/3 of all borrowers were not making payments on their federal loans before COVID. So if the non-payment rate was 60% before COVID, COVID, what do you think the non-payment is going to be whenever they try and turn these loans back on? Is it going to be 70%? Yeah. Is it going to be 80%? Yeah. Is it going to be 85 or 90%? Maybe. So what do you even call that when most of the people are not making payments on their loans? Does that loan system even exist? Like, that may be kind of a metaphysical question. Like, if a tree drops and it falls in the woods and nobody sees it, did it make a sound or something? But come on, guys, what are we even talking about here? So that's very true, by the way. You can go to our if you go to studentloanjustice.medium.com, you can find an article with that headline, something like that headline, and you can vet the Department of Education data for yourself to verify that that is true. It is true. Tell a friend. The mainstream media is obviously not going to report this. We broke this news years ago at this point, and the mainstream media just won't touch it. So go figure. Number 2, signs that the federal student loan system is finished. Well, in 2019, so this is during Trump, he appointed a guy named Wayne Johnson, a Georgia Republican, appointed this guy, Wayne Johnson, to be the chief operating officer of the federal student loan program. And within around, I want to say 4 to maybe 5 months, Wayne Johnson quit his job. He said, nope, I'm not doing this. And he left, and he began calling for very large loan cancellation, like $50,000 a piece. It has to be total, quite frankly, in my humble opinion. I mean, there's nothing worth saving about this federal student loan program. It would be far better for everyone involved to just cancel the whole damn thing and start from a blank slate and create something that actually works for the people and doesn't oppress and wreck 85% of everyone. That's another fact that I should throw out here. Speaking of Wayne Johnson, when Wayne Johnson quit, one of the first things he said, and I talked to him shortly afterwards, he told me, and he has said publicly, that 85% of all student loan borrowers were never going to be able to repay their loans. And that was true before the pandemic, by the way, he says. But yeah, when the COO comes in, looks around, and a couple months later quits and calls for loan cancellation, I think that's a pretty fair, that is quite the canary in the coal mine, is it not? And you can see a very good interview with him talking to Tucker Carlson. Hear it from Tucker. You can go to that link right there and see Wayne Johnson doing a very important interview in 2019 with Tucker Carlson. And this guy's a Republican. And as I said, we're a fiercely nonpartisan group, guys. But the Republicans tend to be against us, like certainly on loan cancellation. But this guy was in the right place to know, and what he saw made him do that. So draw your own conclusions. My conclusion is that the federal student loan program is finished. Number 3, during COVID, not only did the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency, FEA, aka Fed Loan Servicing, quit the program, so too did Navient, which is an offshoot of Sallie Mae, the 2 largest, I believe, servicers in the federal student loan program. They quit during COVID. I think they're afraid of getting sued or something, quite frankly, because those rat bastards have probably broken all sorts of laws in wrecking people's lives under this illegitimate, in my humble opinion, debt. And I hope by the end of this presentation, you'll agree with me that, yes, this is indeed illegitimate debt. It is not legitimate, guys. It is not. So, yep, that happened. And last I heard, Navient was getting dragged back into it under some way, shape, or form. But that kind of remains to be seen how that all is going to turn out. So that's number 3. Number 4, default rates. we're seeing a bunch of propaganda from the media right now saying, oh, defaults are apparently vanishing now because everybody's doing this fresh start thing. No, it's completely fake. It's just absolutely and complete fake news, false news. There was an article by Eilert Sheffy the other day saying that, oh, the delinquency rate is now less than 1% because this fresh start thing, that's just complete garbage. There's not even any evidence. It's just not true at all. And I looked, by the way, after that article published, and I can tell you that there are 8.1 million defaulted student loan borrowers on the Department of Education's books as of the end of, I guess, first quarter 2023. And you can look at the Department of Education's website, and you can Google federal student loan portfolio by loan status, I think, and you can see all the defaults for yourself. That's a huge piece of misinformation / propaganda that we're dealing with right now. But dudes, let me just encapsulate this for you with a quick comparison. So we all remember subprime home mortgage loans, right? Those crappy ninja loans, no income, no job loans that a whole bunch of people got and bought houses in Florida and Las Vegas and other places. Led to the financial crisis of 2008. Yeah, I think most people remember that. Well, the default rate for these subprime home mortgages was around 18, 19, 20%, as best as I've been able to determine. So that's like 1 in 5 of those subprime home mortgages went into default. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that a very large longitudinal study, it wasn't the best study in the world. I think they probably erred on the low side, believe it or not. But a very large data set longitudinal study found that the default rate for 2004 students, so people who left college in 2004, is 40%. 40%. That's double the rate of subprime home mortgages. But guys, people who left school in 2004, they were borrowing less than a third of what people are leaving college with now in student loan debt, in federal student loan debt. So if the default rate for the class of 2004 was 40%, what do you think the default rate is going to be for the class of 2019 or 20 or some more recent year? Yeah, it's going to be way, 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 way higher than 40%. That I guarantee you. And by the way, I think that 40% is low because the study in question, which was done by the Brookings Institution, was based on voluntary survey data. And defaulted student loan borrowers aren't super keen about volunteering to talk to some government-sponsored entity about their defaulted student loan. So I think that even that 40% is probably pretty low. If I had to guess, my best guess is that even before the pandemic, about 75% of everyone was going to default on their loans. So again, guys, what are we even talking about here? When the majority of borrowers are defaulting on their loans, is that not a finished lending system? Like, does that lending system even actually really, is it even a thing anymore? I don't know. I don't think so. I think student loans have become one large national joke, and I think the pandemic was the nail in the coffin. But just to wrap this up, and I could have thrown any number of facts in here at the end. I just kind of decided, taking a step back and looking at the country as a whole, $1.6 trillion is a ton of federal student loan debt. It was at the turn of the century, that is the year 2000, we were probably only around maybe 150, maybe $200 billion. But we're talking it's grown by thousands of percent. Well, let's see. It's grown by about 1,000% over the past 20 years. So 10 times larger. But here is a clincher, and most people don't. In fact, almost nobody knows this. And to Eilert Sheffy's credit, she actually broke this story in Business Insider. So I don't know why she's doing propaganda these days. I can say that about almost every mainstream media outlet, quite frankly. CNBC, U.S. News World Report, Yahoo Finance, Forbes magazine is the absolute worst, just absolutely disgusting. But this story actually did get broken. But it's true that in over a third of U.S. states, student loan debt exceeds the entire state budget. So the worst states are typically southern states. The worst by this measure is Georgia. So the entire state budget of Georgia is $48 billion. The people of Georgia owe $82 billion in mostly federal student loan debt. So what even is that? This is a state sovereignty issue at this point. Florida is nearly as bad. State budget of Florida is $80 billion. The people of Florida owe $120 billion. Texas, state budget of Texas is around $125 billion. The people of Texas owe $141 billion. Like interest alone on the state of Texas is like $8 billion alone, fleeing the state and going largely to the books of the Department of Education every year. That's interest alone. So when it gets to the point where over a third of U.S. states, student loan debt exceeds the entire state budget of those states, Houston, we have more than a problem. We need to scrub this one. We need to jettison this one into deep space. So those are just 5 examples, and let me just bring them all together for you on one page if I can. By a very hokey method. I'm going to learn how to do actual slideshows using Restream. I promise. But yeah, in the meantime, this is what we got, guys. Oh, come on. Stop it. Okay, let's do it this way. Bear with me. So I hope everybody's doing well out there in the world. As I said, I'm going to be looking for your questions and comments as soon as I can get myself through this painful bit of audio visual magic here. And I promise you guys this will get better. I told you we're just a collection of normal people, guys. But let me tell you, it was this group that is responsible for introducing the entire concept of canceling student loans by executive order into the public conversation. That all started with our petition, by the way. It really did. We've been around for 18 years now. We've been featured on 60 Minutes. We've been featured in the New York Times. Been featured by CNBC and MSNBC and pretty much almost every network at this point. We've done interviews on Fox News, many other places. So this group is way more credible and legitimate than my shitty antics here today would indicate. Let me just get that quick. Oh, son of a bitch. Knock that off. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Those are the 5 points. I just wanted to get it all on one screen, so in case you want to go back to it, you can very easily see it. So yeah, dudes, that's it. I mean, I could also throw out a whole bunch of other statistics that would prove that this lending system has failed, like the fact that there are now currently more people over the age of 50 than under the age of 25 with these loans. And on average, they owe 300% more. The older class owes 300% more. Now, remember, people over 50 borrowed far, far, far less than the kids under 25 are borrowing today. And many of these people have been paying and paying for years and years and years and years and years on these loans. But yet they still owe 300% more today than the under 25-year-old kids. You know, when you take out a loan, the balance is supposed to go down over time until you pay it off, and then you're done. Well, exactly the opposite is happening with student loans. But anyways, I see we have a couple comments here on Facebook. Good evening. Who is the COO? COO is Wayne Johnson. He was a Trump appointee, a Georgia Republican. Yeah, and that stands for Chief Operating Officer. So I'm looking for your other comments, and I apologize. I'm just doing a quick refresh. I may or may not be able to see them. Lisa Ansel is with us today. Hey, Lisa. Lisa says Cardona is. Oh wait, is that even us? No, it's not. That's an old one. Here we are. Okay, hey, Leslie Fishman's with us today. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Sorry to be all fucking stupid tonight. I'm gonna get better at these. As I said, the COO is Chief Operating Officer Wayne Johnson. He ran for Congress. He ran for Senate. If he ever runs for office again, guys, we really need to help him. He's a good guy. As I said, we're a fiercely nonpartisan group. We don't care if there's a D or an R by your name. We pretty much hate both parties in different ways, maybe, but we can't stand either party. Both the Democrats and the Republicans have colluded to shove this problem into the partisan cracks. They're in on it. It's a uniparty thing. This is like a class war. Hey, Jackie Brown. I was just talking about you earlier, Jackie. Jackie says, I need someone in Allred's district to help me. So if you happen to live in the sort of northeast Dallas, Texas area, we need your help with a guy, with a legislator there. And you can see in the comments on our Facebook live stream that Jackie Abron, our fearless and fierce state chapter leader for Texas, is putting out calls for assistance. Help her. You know, as I said, guys, this is a working fighting group. We're not here for your entertainment. We're actually getting our knuckles. All of us are supposed to be getting our knuckles muddy and bloody. People like Jackie and Leslie and Joanna and Nicholas and everybody else I can see on the live stream here tonight. Yeah, these people are doing the hard work, and they cannot do your work for you. We're not here for your entertainment. The piano playing is just kind of just stupid, and not good in the first place. But yeah, guys, this is a working fighting group. If you want to be in this group, you have to work. You have to fight. These are your loans. The founding fathers are on our side. 38 million other distressed student loan borrowers who are never going to be able to repay their loans before the pandemic are on our side. And when they find out about us, and they will not find out about us until you tell them, but when they do find out about us, a lot of them would be strongly inclined to join. And then we win. It's a battle very easily won, guys, but it starts with you. You have no idea how important you are. I would say at a minimum, if you forget everything I said tonight, at least go to that link right there and do our daily actions. Very important. We do our daily actions nearly every day. And if you've never done one, I would strongly urge you to do, I'd say, a couple of weeks worth of our daily actions. So, hey, Nicholas Linky in Utah says, I wouldn't mind helping set those up for you if you need. Oh, you're talking about PowerPoints. Oh, I'm an old pro at PowerPoint. I know this stuff like the back of my hand, guys. It's just the fact that I'm doing it on Restream right now, and I haven't taken the 5 minutes to look and figure it out. So no worries. I'm slightly more technically competent than I certainly appear tonight. So Leslie says, good evening all. Miss you all a lot. I apologize for MIA, but I'm dealing with a personal crisis right now. I'm far behind and hope to catch up with you soon with you all. Well, hang in there, Leslie. We understand. You know, we're just normal living human beings on this group, guys. We're not talking heads. I'm not a talking head. We're not here, as I said, for your entertainment. We're here to get important things done. And if you go back and read the past, I'd say, month worth of our daily actions, you can see what we're doing and what we need you to help us with. It's very clear. So, okay, guys, that's it for tonight. I think I've said my piece. I successfully kept it to under a half an hour tonight, which is pretty good. So, oh, son of a gun. So, okay, dudes, I'll be back on Friday. Let's get this done. Do our daily actions. Do our daily actions right there. Donate to Jackie if you could. And finally, again, I have to do our own personal donation fucking pitch tonight. We're needing 38 people to donate $20 by the end of this week, hopefully. Or, oh no, sorry, 18 people to donate $20. Or 36 people to donate $10. Hopefully by the end of this week so that we can meet our current pending expenses. So just please help, dudes. There's the link. There it is. Make this fundraising a little bit easier on us. So I will be back tomorrow. Spread the word about this group. Tell everyone you know. We're usually a little more slick on our live streams than we were tonight. That's my bad. But hang in there. We got this. When you join us and when you help us, join your state chapter. Think about leading your state chapter, and good things coming our way. So good luck. God bless. And Godspeed, everyone.